Good morning, students. This is our revision class. We are going to revise term 2 portions in this class. For term 2, we have 5 lessons, chapter 12 to 16. In this revision class, we are going to revise chapter 12 and 13. First, we'll see chapter 12, electricity and circuits. Electricity and circuits. Life without electricity is difficult to imagine, isn't it? It's very important to us. It makes many tasks easier. Many devices and machines in your day-to-day life runs on electricity. So electricity is very important one in our day-to-day life. We already discussed this one. An electric cell is a device that changes chemical energy into electricity. Listen carefully. An electric cell is a device that changes chemical energy into electricity. It produces a very small amount of electricity. Most commonly used electric cell is a dry cell. It's called a dry cell because it does not contain any liquid. A dry cell is not really dry and contains a chemical paste called electrolyte. It's contain a chemical paste. We call it as a electrolyte. An electric cell is a source of safe and portable electricity. Electric cell is a source of safe and portable electricity. A single electric cell gives about 1.5 volts of electricity, whereas the electricity used in home is of 220 volts. Next we see structure of an electric cell. A metal cap on one side which is positive terminal marked as plus, a metal cap, and then next one, a metal disc on the other side which is negative terminal marked as minus. Chemical paste called electrolyte present inside in between the two terminals. All electric cells have two terminals. All electric cells have how many terminals? Two terminals. A positive terminal and then a negative terminal. Next one, electric bulb. A round bulb that produces light when we switch on the light switch is an electric bulb. A torch bulb is a similar bulb but only smaller in size and is used to produce light in a torch. Now we'll see structure of electric bulb. A thin fine quality glass bulb. It's a thin fine quality glass bulb. In twin twisted coil of wire inside the bulb called a filament. A thin twisted coil of wire inside the bulb called a filament. Filament is made up of material tungsten. It is this filament that heat up and glows to give light when electricity passes through it. Tungsten has a property that it does not melt on heating. Listen, tungsten has a property that it does not melt on heating. Two thick wire inside the glass bulb. They provide support to the filament which is thin and long. The two thick wire provide support to the filament. They also make the connection of the filament to the outer circuit. One thick wire is connected to the metal case at the base of the bulb, whereas the other wire is connected to the metal tip at the center of the base. See the second image. One thick wire connected to the metal case, another one is connected to the metal tip. The metal tip at the base of the bulb and the metal case of the bulb form the two terminal of an electric bulb. That metal tip and metal case are act as a two terminal of an electric bulb. These two terminals do not touch each other and are separated by an insulating material. The metal case is shaped like a screw so that the bulb can be fixed into bulb holder, isn't it? How does an electric bulb work? An electric bulb glows when an electric current passes through its filament, which is connected to the two terminals. The filament heated up and glows to give light. What does it means when we say a bulb has fused? When the filament of a bulb is broken, the bulb is said to be fused. We connected the positive terminal of the cell to the metal tip of the bulb and the negative terminal of the cell to the metal case of the bulb using electric wire. This arrangement formed a path along which the electricity could flow. Such an arrangement is called an electric circuit. We can say that an electric circuit is a path along which the electricity can flow. Electric current always flow from the positive to the negative terminal of the cell. Electric current always flows from the positive to the negative terminal of the cell. When electric circuit is complete, it provides a complete path of electricity to flow, and this enables the bulb to glow. We can make a simple electric circuit by using an electric cell, a light bulb and two connecting wire. When the connections are made properly, the circuit will be complete or closed. Electric current will flow through the circuit and make the bulb glow. Electricity, when the circuit will be completed or closed, and the electricity will flow through that circuit and make the bulb glow. If one of the wire is removed, see second picture, thus one of the wire is removed, the circuit get broken. The broken path is known as a open circuit. The electric current does not flow through an open circuit or a broken path, and so the bulb will not glow. Next we are going to see electric switch. Electric switch. An electric switch is a simple device to turn on or off an electrical appliances by opening or closing electrical circuit. An electric switch is a simple device to turn on or off an electrical appliances by opening or closing electrical circuits. Okay students, let's discuss about multiple choice questions. Multiple choice question. See, first one, which of these can produce an electric current? Which of these can produce an electric current? A. Cell. B. Battery. C. Solar cells. D. All the above. See, Cell can produce electricity, batteries can produce electricity, and solar cells can produce electricity. So answer is all the above. Next one, which of the following is an insulator? What is meant by insulator? It does not conduct the electricity. Iron, glass, brass and silver. Iron, brass and silver. These three are metals. So they are conduct electricity. So glass is a insulator because glass does not conduct the electricity. Next one, filaments of an electric bulb is made of iron, tungsten, copper, glass. S. Filament of an electric bulb is made up of tungsten. Fourth one, filament of a bulb is a metal case, metal tip at the current of the base, too thick wire, a thin tungsten wire. Yes, filament is made up of thin tungsten wire. And fifth one, electric current in a closed circuit flows from dash terminal of an electric cell to dash terminal. We already discussed this one. Yes, electricity always flows from positive terminal to the negative terminal. Electric current in a closed circuit flows from positive terminal of an electric cell to negative terminal. Next we'll see fill in the blanks. An electric cell has dash terminals. Electric cell has two terminals. One is a positive terminal, another one is a negative terminal. An electric cell has two terminals. Electricity flows in a dash circuit. Electricity always flows in an electric circuit. Third one, dash produces electricity from the chemical stored inside it, which is contain the chemical storage inside it and produce electricity. Yes, electric cell. Electric cell produces electricity from the chemical stored inside it. Next one, an electric switch is dash conductor of electricity. Electric switch is good conductor of electricity. Fifth one, tap water is a dash conductor of electricity. Yes, tap water also a good conductor of electricity. Okay students, now we are going to discuss our classwork. First one, define the following terms: conductor and insulator. First, conductor. A conductor is a material that allow an electric current to pass through it. A conductor is a material that allow an electric current to pass through it. Example, copper, aluminium, zinc, iron. So mostly metals are act as a conductor because they allow an electric current to pass through it. Next one, insulator. Insulator is the material that does not allow an electric current to pass through it. This one is a just opposite for the conductor. Conductor allows an electric current to pass through it, but insulator not allow an electric current to pass through it. Example, wood, mica, rubber. These are the examples for a insulator. Next one, give the symbols of the following. Give the symbols of the following. First one, cell. See the symbol of the cell. One positive terminal and then another one thick line is a negative terminal. Next one, battery. See lost image. So two or more cells combined together, we call it as a battery. Third one, lamp. So bulb is there, that is the image for lamp. That is a symbol for lamp. Switch off. Switch off means that line should not touch that one. Another one is a switch on. So it's a touch both side of the terminal. Third question, distinguish between cell and battery. Cell. A cell is a unit of positive and negative electrodes. A cell is a unit of positive and negative electrodes. Battery, a combination of two or more cells make a battery. A combination of two or more cells make the battery. So the two images are, first one is a cell, so that is a symbol of cell. Another one is a battery, that one is a symbol of battery, electric symbol. Fourth question, why does electrician remove the plastic coating of connecting wire before making circuit? A layer of plastic is a bad conductor or insulator. Bad conductor or insulator means it does not allow the electric current to pass through themselves. It prevents us from electric shocks. To complete the circuit, we have to remove the plastic coating to connect wires so that the current may flow through the circuit. Fifth one, a fused bulb does not glow. Why? A fused bulb does not glow. Why? In a fused bulb, the filament is broken and the circuit is incomplete. The current will not flow, the bulb flow, and the bulb will not glow. The current will not flow and the bulb will not glow. Sixth one, why should you not touch electric appliances and switches with wet hands? Water is a good conductor of electricity and current passes very quickly through wet hands. Water is a good conductor of electricity and current passes very quickly through the wet hands. It can give us an electric shock. It can give us an electric shock. So we should avoid touching a switches with wet hands. Next one, seventh question. A cell stops producing electricity after some times. Why? When the chemical in the electric cells are used up after few days or a few months, the chemicals inside the electric cells are used up. The electric cell stops producing electricity. Since all the chemicals are used, no chemical reaction takes place which will produce energy. So if there is a chemical reaction means it's produce energy. So all the chemicals are used, there is no chemical reaction. So it will not produce energy. Eighth one, why should an electrician use rubber gloves while repairing an electric switch at your home? Explain. We know that plastics are insulator or bad conductor of electricity. So electric switch conduct electric current through its parts. When these parts are touched with naked hand, the current will pass through the body and cause an electric shock. Rubber is a poor conductor or insulator of electricity and does not allow current to pass through it. Ninth one, define filament. Define filament. A thin twisted coil of wire inside the bulb called a filament. A thin twisted coil of wire inside the bulb called a filament. Filament is made up of material called tungsten. Tungsten has a property that it does not melt on heating. So tungsten does not melt on heating. Filament glows when electricity passes through it. Filament will glow when electricity passes through it. Next one, 10th question. Birds sitting on a live wire do not get a shock, but a man touching the live wire get a shock. Why? Bird sitting on a live wire does not get a shock. If the bird sitting on a live wire is not in contact with the ground or any other wire, isn't it? It will not get shocked. This is because the circuit is open. The open circuit does not flow the electric current, so it's not get shocked. And next one, draw and explain about open and closed circuit. First we'll see open circuit. If there is any gap in the path of circuit, the bulb does not light up. Such a circuit is called an open circuit. See the image, there is a gap in the circuit, so the bulb does not glow. Next one, closed circuit. The bulb light up only when a bulb and wire form a complete path which start one terminal of an electric cell and the end at other terminal. Such a circuit is called closed circuit. See the image, there is no gap or else there is no any break, so it's the bulb glows. So this one is a closed circuit. Next we are going to see chapter 13, fun with magnets. What is magnet? A magnet is an object that attracts things made of iron, steel, nickel and cobalt. A magnet is an object that attracts things made of iron, steel, nickel and cobalt. A magnet is made up of iron, steel and some alloys of iron by magnetizing them. There are magnetic rocks that exist in nature and pieces of these are called natural magnet. Early Greeks discovered these natural magnetic rocks and observed that iron pieces naturally got attracted towards. What we generally used are artificial or man-made magnet. There is a very interesting story that dated back to about 4000 years ago. There was a shepherd named Magnus who lived in ancient Greece in an area called Magnesian. He used to take his herd to sheep and go to nearby mountains for grazing and always carried a wooden stick with a iron tip to control his herd. One day while tending to his sheep on the mountain, he placed his stick on the large rock and found that suddenly both the nails in his shoes and the metal tip of his stick became firmly stick on this large black rock on which he was standing. He tried really hard to free his stick and shoes from the rock. This rock was actually a natural magnet that attracted the iron nail of his shoes and the iron end of his stick. This rock that acted like a magnet was given the name magnetite. The rock magnetite is a natural magnet that contains large amount of magnetic iron. Next one, magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Things made of iron and iron rich materials such as steel, nickel, cobalt get stick to the magnet. Things made of iron and iron rich materials such as steel, nickel, cobalt get stick to the magnet. Some metals like copper, silver, gold, platinum, and aluminum are not attracted to the magnet. Things made of wood, plastic, fabric are also not attracted towards the magnet. Most of the materials around us are non magnetic material. The Things which are attracted towards the magnet are called magnetic materials. The things which are not attracted towards the magnet are called non-magnetic material. The things which are not attracted towards the magnet means we call it as a non-magnetic materials. Next one, poles of the magnet. The two end of bar magnet are called poles of a magnet. Two ends of the bar magnet are called poles of the magnet. Every magnet has two poles, whatever the shape may be. These poles are near the free end of the magnet. One end of the magnet is called north pole and the other end of the magnet is called the south pole. There are represented as N for north pole and S for south pole. There are two poles of the magnet. One is a north pole, another one is a south pole. Next we are going to see properties of the poles of the magnet. A freely suspended magnet always points towards the north-south direction. A freely suspended magnet always points towards the north-south direction. Like poles always repel each other. That means north and north or else a south and south. Like poles. So that one north and south we call it as a like poles. They always repel each other. And while unlike poles always attract each other. Unlike poles means north and south or south and north. When two magnets are placed together, one magnet north pole will attract the other magnet south pole. Poles always exist in pairs. Cutting a magnet in a half give two brand new magnets, each with its own north and south pole. The poles of the magnet exist in pair. Poles are the area of strongest magnetism in a magnet. Next one, types of magnet. See this image. First one is a bar magnet. Second one is a circular magnet. Third one, horseshoe magnet. Fourth one, rod magnet. These are the types of magnets. Next one, care of magnet. A magnet loses its magnetism if it is hammered or if it falls from the height. Heating the magnet above the certain temperature is also demagnetized is. Magnets tend to become weaker after sometimes if their poles are left free. This is called self-demagnetization. To avoid self-demagnetization, bar magnets are kept in a pair separated by the pieces of wood with unlike poles alongside each other. Pieces of iron called keeper are placed across both ends. A horseshoe magnet need only one keeper across its poles. See the image. Likewise, we have to store it. Next one, uses of magnet. Used in compass to find direction. Credit cards, ATM cards and identity cards have a strip of magnetic material that store information. Television and computer monitors use magnets. Computer hard disk and audio and video cassettes have magnetic material that store information. Magnets are used in picking up substances made of iron from scabbard. Next one, magnetization. Running a magnet off a few times over an unmagnetized piece of a magnetic material converted it into a magnet as well. This is called magnetization. Non-magnetic materials cannot be magnetized at all. Running a magnet a few times over an unmagnetized piece of the magnetic material. It's converted into a magnet as well. This is called magnetization. Next we'll see multiple choice question. First one, naturally occurring stone that has the quality of a qualities of a magnet is called hematite, bauxite, magnetite, iron. Yes, answer is magnetite. The naturally occurring stone that has the qualities of the magnet is called a magnetite. Next one, a magnet can be demagnetized by heating, cutting into two pieces, storing in a keeper, use it for a long time. So cutting into two pieces, there is no demagnetization. Storing in a keeper, no demagnetization. Using it for a long time, there is no demagnetization. So when we are heated in a certain temperature, above the certain temperature, it's demagnetized. So answer is heating. Which of the following is attracted by the magnet? Glass, plastic, gold, iron. Glass, plastic, gold, these are the non-magnetic material. Iron is a magnetic material, so it's attracted toward the magnet. So answer is iron. Fourth one, if a Bohr magnet is cut into two pieces, then which one of the following is true? See, if a Bohr magnet is cut it into two pieces, then which one of the following is true? Each pieces will have its own poles. Only one end has poles. Magnetic property will be lost. Magnet will remain without poles. The answer is each piece will have its own poles. Fifth one, which of the following is not a magnetic substance? Which of the following is not a magnetic substance? Cobalt, nickel, iron and silver. We know that iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, these all are magnetic substances. So silver is not a magnetic substance. Answer is silver. Next one, fill in the blanks. Freely suspended Bohr magnet always aligns in the dash direction. Freely suspended Bohr magnet always aligns in the north-south direction. So N for north, S for south. The dash poles of magnet repel each other. The dash poles of magnet repel each other. The like poles of magnet repel each other, and unlike poles of magnet attracts each other. Third one, the phenomena of attraction of a magnetic material by a magnet is known as dash. The phenomena of attraction of a magnetic material by the magnet is known as magnetization. Dash is a magnetic device used to find direction on Earth. Dash is a magnetic device used to find direction on Earth. A compass is a magnetic device used to find direction on Earth. Next one, U-shaped magnets are also known as dash magnets. U-shaped magnets are also known as horseshoe magnets. Next, we are going to see question and answer. Define the term magnet and write their uses. Magnet, the substance having the property of attracting pieces of iron, steel, nickel and cobalt are called magnet. The substance having the property of attracting pieces of iron, steel, nickel and cobalt are called magnets. Uses of magnet. Magnets are used to find direction. In which device? In a compass device. They are used in compass to known as north, south, east and west directions. Magnets are used to separate and recycle metal trash from the scrap. Magnets are used in the toys, paper holder and pencil boxes. Magnets are used in the scanning machine like magnetic resonance imaging, that means MRI. Second one, distinguish between magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Distinguish between magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Magnetic materials, materials which get attracted towards the magnet. Materials which get attracted towards a magnet. Example, iron, cobalt, nickel, steel. Next one, non-magnetic materials. Materials which do not get attracted towards magnet. Material which do not get attracted towards magnet are called non-magnetic materials. Example, wood, plastic, cloth, paper, leather. These all are non-magnetic materials. Next one, a bar magnet has no marking to indicate its poles. How would you find out near which end is its north pole located? When a bar magnet is suspended freely, it always rests in north-south direction. The end pointing towards north is called north pole and the end pointing towards south is called south pole of the magnet. Usually north N and south S poles are marked on the magnet. By this way, we can easily identify the north pole located in it. Next one, draw the different shapes of magnet. First one is a horseshoe magnet. Second one, bar magnet. Third one, ring magnet. Fourth one, ball-ended magnet. And fifth one, cylindrical magnet. These are the different shapes of magnet. Next one, define demagnetization. Define demagnetization. The process by which a magnet loses its magnetism is called demagnetization. The process by which a magnet loses its magnetism is called demagnetization. Next one, it is advised to keep the magnets away from television, mobile, CD and computer. Explain why. It is advised to keep the magnets away from televisions, mobile, CD and computer. Explain why. The answer is television, mobiles, CD and computers and many more devices are made up of magnetic materials and magnets in it. If you bring a magnet closer to it, then it will spoil these devices. So it's so advised to keep the magnets away from the televisions, mobile, CD and computers. Next one, how do magnet run without touching the ground? How do magnet trains run without touching the ground? A huge magnetic field is created by electrified coils in the guideway walls which propel the trains so that they are not touching the ground. Next one, describe magnetization. Describe magnetization. Running a magnet a few times over an unmagnified pieces of magnetic materials converted it into a magnet as well. Running a magnet a few times over a unmagnified pieces of magnetic materials converts it into a magnet as well. This is called magnetization. Next one, draw and explain about compass. Draw and explain about compass. The small glass case containing a magnetized needle pivoted on a nail in it is called compass. The small glass case containing a magnetized needle pivoted on a nail in it is called compass. The needle can rotate freely. A magnetized needle always rests in north and south direction. Normally the north pole of the needle is painted red. Normally the north pole of the needle is painted red. See this image. This is a magnetic compass. This is a magnetic compass. A compass is used to find direction at a place. Compass is an instrument which has a tiny magnet in the form of a needle at its center that rotates freely on a pivot. This magnetic needle always aligns in the north-south direction. This needle, along with north, south, and other directional marking, is given in this compass. The dial of the compass has all other direction like east and west also marked on it. A compass is used to find direction at a place. The two ends of the needles are marked differently so that we can know which one is a north pole and which one is a south pole of the needle. The north pole of the compass is generally painted in a different color like red to distinguish it from south pole. Okay students, we completed today's revision class. In this class we completed two lessons. One is a fun with magnet, another one is a electricity and circuit. You have to read these two lessons classwork, and then what are the MCQ and fill-ups given in this revision class. You have to read it, and we will see remaining three lessons in our next revision class. Thank you students. Stay home, stay safe.